Hello, this is Siddharth and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So, I have started a series that is machine learning for data science and I have already created 4 videos. As you can see that I have created the videos on basics of machine learning, practical implementation of logistic regression, practical implementation of linear regression. So going in a flow, we will be doing similar thing in this video as well, and we will be doing k nearest neighbor regression problem. So if you haven't watched these videos, then I will request you to please watch these video and then proceed further. So in this video, we will be doing practical implementation of k nearest neighbor. So for that we will have to understand some of the basic concept, why it is used, what is the disadvantage of linear regression, and why we are using k nearest neighbor. Talking about k nearest neighbor, it is a simple algorithm that stores all available case and classifies new case based on the similarity measure, that is distance function. This will be cleared in a while. So first of all, now let us understand about how in which problem we can use this. So it can be used in classification as well as regression problem. That means that we can use it in categorical to predicting the categorical value, or we can also use it in predicting the numeric value. Means we will have a data set and we will have to prove that whether that particular thing is going to happen or not, true or false, right or wrong. These are the classification problem, and we can use k nearest neighbor in this case, and we can use it in case of numeric problem as well, where we have to find age, salary, etc. And one thing to be noted is that Flipkart and Amazon use this algorithm for recommendation system. So what is recommendation system? So whenever you are purchasing a smartphone, then Flipkart or Amazon recommend something like tempered glass or earphone. So this thing is implemented with the help of k nearest neighbor. So now let us understand KNN in a simple way. So let's suppose we have ID, height of person, age of person, and we have weight. So you can see in the column ID 11, in the row 11, we are having weight as a missing value. So we want this weight to be predicted, and it can be done based on we have the data of height and age. So how we can do so? With the help of KNN. So let us start with a simple example. Consider the following table. This is the table, the previous table. It consists of height, age and weight value for 10 people. As you can see, the weight value of ID 11 is missing, since I told you that also. We need to predict the weight of the person based on the height and age. So in this case, we will plot the graph of age versus height for all the 10 ID. So for all the 10 ID, we will be plotting a graph of age versus height, and we have, and using that we will see the nearest neighbor for ID 11. We have to select neighbor in such a way so that we don't have to face overt fitting problem. Neighbor means, suppose we have plotted a graph of age versus height, and then we will be choosing the neighbor point with respect to ID 11, and how much neighbor we will choose, that will be in that sense that it does not have our fitting problem. So let's say we have selected the three neighbor of the ID 11, and then we have to take the respective weight of all the three ID. So we have just selected three neighbor, and we have just taken three weight of that particular ID, and we will do the average, and we'll say that the ID of 11 is the average we got. So this is all concept. So let us understand it graphically. So see, here we are having age versus height graph, and you can see that all the 11 IDs are plotted in this graph, and you can see that 1, 5 and 6 can be treated as neighbor for 11. So we will select these, and we will take weight of all these things, and we will do average, and we will say that 11 for 11th ID, the average of all these three will be the weight. Now see how KNN works. First, the distance between the new point and its training point is calculated. Since see, these are the distance from, we have to calculate for 11, so we will see the distance from 11 to all the other point, and we will just calculate the distance by many formulas like Euclidean. After that, the closest k data point are selected. In this example, 0.156 will be selected. If the value of k is 3, we will further explore the method to select the right value of k later. So see here, let's say we have selected all the three values, and after that we will be doing average of all these three values, and we'll say that for id 11, this is the value, that is 69.66 is will be the bit we have predicted that. So how we can calculate the distance? So these are some method like Euclidean distance, Manhattan's distance, and this Manhattan's distance is used for continuous value, means in regression problem that we will be doing in this video, and this Hamming distance, it is used for categorical value, that is for true or false value. So it is important to know what k value should be, means how much neighbor we will select. And so ML engineer generally prefer the value of k as 5, but there are method to find that as well, and we will also see that in this video. So now let us understand the problem statement that we will be doing. So the data scientists at Bigmart is a company, I guess, have collected 2013 sales data for 1559 product across 10 store in different city. Also, certain attribute of each product and store have been defined. The aim is to build a predictive model and predict the sale of each product at a particular outlet. So we will be having data set of 2013, and different type of columns will be there, and we will have to predict the sale of that particular product in that particular year, that is 2013. So using this model, Bigmart will try to understand the properties of product and outlet which play a key role in increasing the sale. So suppose he will understand, by analyzing the data we can understand that if we will increase these number of products, then our sale will increase. So Bigmart will implement that. So please note that the data may have missing value, as some store might not report all data due to technical glitches. Hence, it will be required to treat them accordingly. So we will, in this video, we will also see how we can manipulate missing values. So now let us jump to our coding part. First of all, we have to load the data set. So let me first show you how data set is looking like, then we will load the data set. So you can see that this is the data set, and it is having different type of columns, and some of the string values are there, as you can see here, and some columns need to be removed because id does not play any role in predicting our required result. So we will be trying to remove all these things. So this is our data set, so we will have to load this data set in our coding part. So let's do so. As you know, to load the dataset, we have to use the command read CSV, as it is CSV file. So we have loaded the dataset. So let us execute this. So you can see that data has been loaded successfully. All the rows and columns are there. And after that, we have to know that whether the columns are having missing value, as in problem statement we saw that it was saying that due to technical glitch some of the values should be missing. So this command is used to check whether the particular columns are having missing value or not. That is df is the data frame is null function is checking whether that any value is null. If it is null, then it gives true or false, means if it is null, then it will say true, and we will be doing sum. So after doing sum, we will be getting how much values are null in different type of column. So you can see that in item width some of the columns are missing, and in outload location type outlet size some of the values are missing. So we will have to fill these value. So let us fill these value. So I want to clear one thing. For the numeric data type, you have to fill the value with the mean of all the other value present in that particular data set. So let's suppose these are the values, and this second value is having missing value in item width. So we will be doing average of 9.30, 5.92, 19.20, 8.93, and we will fill the row 2 with that particular value. So this will be doing in case of numeric. And since we will having categorical value, that is low, fat, regular, so first of all we will count which is occurring maximum, and that particular, let's say, low fat value is coming maximum. So we will fill that particular row with low fat, that is that particular column with low fat. So this will be the idea. So first of all, we are calculating mean. So this df dot item weight, since we are having missing value in item weight, so and we are doing mean of that, so we will get mean and it is stored here. So after storing it, I am filling all the values which is missing value using fill and a command with mean, and I am saying in place is equal to true, means don't replace any value. So after doing so, let us execute. So it has been executed successfully, and for the categorical value we will have to first know the how much values are present. So you can see that in outlet dot size, the maximum time the value appeared is medium, so we will have to fill it with medium, and value does count is used to count the values that are present. So after that we are using mod, because mod is the thing that how much frequently anything is occurring, and we are getting outlet mod of outlet side, and then we are filling that with mod, means the particular thing is that we are filling it with medium, as because mode means what thing is occurring frequently, and here medium is occurring frequently. As you can see, it is occurring 55 to 03 times, and we are filling it with that. And you know, item identifier and outlet identifier are just id, and these does not impact our data set, so we will have to remove that. So we will be removing this. First of all, execute this cell and then this cell. So we have removed these things. Now, as I told in my previous video, that if we will have categorical value, that is string value, then if we will give it to our model, then model will show error. So we will have to convert this into categorical value, means string value, like we will have true first in our data set, then we will have to convert it into 1 or 0. So we will have to convert it into the categorical value. So for that purpose only, we have to use the dummy function. So this command, that is df is equal to pd dot get dummies, is used to convert the data set into dummy variable. And let us see what happens after we convert the data set into dummy variable. So after that, we have converted our data set into dummy variable. Let us see. So now if we will see df dot head, so you can see that all the things that were numerical, that were string, here item fat content, low fat, has been converted into 1 or 0. You can see here. So all the value which were string has been converted into 1 and 0. And after that, we have to select our data set as independent and dependent variable. So let's do so. So these are the values that will be independent value. So let us execute this. So we have successfully executed it. This is independent variable. Independent variable is nothing but the input variable. So these are the input variable, and you can see that we have taken all the values except the sales, because we have to find the sales. So we have the excluded this particular column, that is fourth column. As you can see, 0 1 2 3 4, fourth column we have not included here, as you can see that, because that will be dependent variable, that is our output variable. So we have excluded that, and we have used all the other column. So after that, we have made independent variable, and here we have used that fourth column, that is sales column, and it is dependent variable, that is our output variable that we want to predict. And after that, we will have to again use train test split command to split our data set into training set and test set. So you can see that we are using train test split command to split our data set into training and test set. So after it is giving us some error that train test split is not defined. So first of all, we have to import it. I have not imported it, so let's import it here as only. So we have to write from sklearn dot model selection import train test split, train test split. So we have executed this cell. So it has been successfully executed. Now if we will run this, then this will work. So you can see that it has been worked fine. So after that, since we have to work with KNN regression, since we are dealing with regression problem that we are finding cells, so we will now import KNN regressor from sklearn. It comes under sklearn package, so we will do so. And from sklearn.neighbors we have to import KNN regressor. So we have imported KNN regressor, and after that we have to make an object of a class that is KNN, and this is the object and this is the class. So we have made the class and we have just selected 5 neighbors of this data set, the nearer data set. So now if we will execute this, and after that the same thing that we are doing in all model, we have to fit it and then we have to predict it. The same thing we will be doing, and every step is same. Since in logistic regression we are just importing from sklearn dot linear model import logistic regression, here logistic regression was there, and then also we will have making class that is model is equal to a logistic regression. Since here also we are making a class and object that is KNN is a object and KN neighbors regressor is an class. If we will not give neighbor is equal to 5, then by default it takes neighbor is equal to 5. So whether you give or not give, it does not affect. So after that we will execute this and we will now fit it into our model. So it is saying us that train X is not defined. Why train X is not defined? Execute this, say run this. Since we have used here train X and we are giving X train, that's why it is giving error. So we will replace it with that, and train Y is there and we have used Y train, so it is giving error. So we will replace it with that also, and now we will execute. It will work fine. As you can see that now our task is to predict the values, so we will be using predict function, and under that we will be giving our test data set. So let's do, and the same error is here. We have used test X and I have given here X test, so the same thing is there, just this replacement is required. So now everything is good, this thing is good, and now here also we got our prediction that is 2368. These will be cells of any data set that we are giving, and after that we need to have the accuracy, that is how much accurate our model is, whether this is good, this model is having good accuracy or not. So let's do so. So just I will copy this, since we are using train X and train Y, but here by mistake I have given X train and Y train, so we will have to replace that. And now execute this and now check the accuracy. So you can see that our model is giving accuracy of 65%, which is not bad, but it can be improved. So how we can improve it? To improve it, we have a lot of models, so we will implement all the other model and we'll see that our accuracy is increasing or not. Now let us sum up our video with how to take a best k value. So for taking best k value, this line of code will be helpful. See, from sklearn.model selection you have to import grid search CV. This module is helpful in knowing which neighbor will be best for your training data set. So you can see that we are making up parameters and we are passing a dictionary, and we are passing all the neighbors, related neighbors it have, and after that we are making class of that particular object and class of this regression model, and after that we are using grid search CV and we are passing the object of the model and the parameters that we have used, and after that we are fitting our model that using X train and Y train. The same thing, train X and Y train Y we have to use. Just copy it from here and paste it here, and after that we are, this function is inbuilt function that is best underscore params underscore, and it will tell us which neighbor is best. So you can see that if we will use neighbor 7, then it will give us good accuracy. So before doing regression problem, you first of all you have to do this thing so as to know which neighbor, what number of neighbor we have to select, and after that you can just put here instead of 5, you can put it's 7 here. So this is all in this video. In the next video we will be doing KNN classifier. That will be more interesting video. I hope you will like this video. Thank you for your time.